trying to keep it real, I'm trying to motivate. You having them bad days just cause you might have won. I've been through the drama, man, I've been through the playing game. So yes, I feel the pain, that's why I made a change, so you can do the same. This is for the people. This is for the people. This is for the people that's having bad days. This is for the people that working better days. This is for the people. This is for the people. Hey, it's your boy J. Michael. I'm back with another V-I-D-E-O. Yeah. Alright. Today, we're going to talk about children or adults that have parents that's on drugs. But before we get started, hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell, so y'all can know when J. Michael is on. Y'all know what I'm saying? Oh, and I hope y'all like my new intro. Yeah. Alright. Y'all know I came from two parents that was on drugs. My mother and my father. Both was on drugs. My father just passed back in 2009 from drugs. You know, he had blood cancer and lung cancer. He died. My mom's still alive, but she's been clean for, 14, 15 years now. She's been clean. Well, she still drink, but I'd rather for her to drink than doing the heavy drugs. But I really don't want her to drink, but hey, it is what it is. She's a grown woman. But living with parents that's on drugs, it's not easy for nobody. It's embarrassing sometimes. It's humiliating sometimes. You be sad, you be angry. You have mixed emotions because you know what drugs can do to people. You know what drugs can do to families. And you looking at your parents and you hear the streets, the stories of what women do out there for the drugs. And you looking at your mom or your pops and you looking like, man. You know, when I was living with my pops, I was 12 years old. Didn't know nothing about drugs. I just thought they was, doing recreational stuff because I'm a kid. But my dad told the dope man that he can give his son the sack and my son to sell a dope. Me. So when the dope man would give me the sack and the dope man leave, my daddy will whoop me and take the dope. Now the dope man coming back for his money and the dope man looking at me like, young bruh. And I'm like, what I'm supposed to do? This is my dad, what? I can't challenge my dad. And the dope man ain't trying to hear that. But then the dope man caught on. It's been many a times my dad put my life in jeopardy because he wanted to get high that bad that he put my life in jeopardy with the dope man. Yeah, for real. So the dope man he caught on to it and he put me in a different spot, a dope house. Yes, I've been selling dope since I was 12, been on my own since I was 13. So now me and my mom sold drugs together. Me and my mom did dirt together, robbed people together when I was young. We did a lot, me and my mom. And when I went to boys' school one time, and they sent me to this, minimum security boys' school. So I called my mom up, said, I'm tired of it. My mom said, escape. So I escaped and was gone. And then, it's like the respect I had for my mom and my dad. It was like, I respect you because you my mom and you my dad. But I didn't respect you because of the drugs. I didn't have that that respect I was supposed to have, that level of respect I was supposed to have for my mother and my father because of the drugs. And I seen what the drugs and how the drugs make people act and how the women was turning tricks out there for these drugs. So I looked at my mom like that. So I talked to my mom crazy. I talked to my dad crazy, but I only talked to my dad crazy one time, and I woke up like, hey, what happened? That dude knocked me out. Even though he was a dope fiend, he still didn't play. You know, they call my daddy the Debo of drugs because he'd go around, knock y'all, take you, and ramshack your pockets. You know, but people out there that have parents on drugs, adults or children or young teenagers, I know it's hard. I know it's embarrassing. But take it from me, as I got older and been in the streets half of my life, that's still your mom. That's still your pops. You know, that we don't have no choice of who God gave us to love and respect. We can't choose our parents. But you have to respect your parents. You have to respect your mom. You have to respect your dad. No matter what, or no matter how the situation look, that's still your mom. That's still your pops. Y'all don't think I was embarrassed? You know, y'all don't think it's embarrassed to you buying gym shoes, your daddy selling them, you going to the churches to get free food, you standing in that long line with your dad, you throwing boxes off the trucks, helping them unload the trucks, and then you get a big box, your daddy got a big box, and y'all carrying it going home like, yeah, and you all in your head, you know, you 12 years old now, you like, yeah. Mind you now, we ain't got no food in the refrigerator, but you just got this big old box from the church. Your daddy got a big old box from the church, and you like, yeah. All you think about, I'm finna go eat this candy, I'm finna go make me a sandwich, you know what I'm saying, I'm finna go cook me some cereal, eat me some cereals, you know, and then as soon as you get close to the building, your dad like get his box to them, and you like get a box to them, oh yeah, boy, I sold that for some crack. You like, but we ain't got no food. But you gonna sell the food that we just hustled for you a bump? Come on, bruh. Come on. You know, you in the house with your mom. You ain't got food. You got an extension cord going through the window to the neighbor's window, you know, for electricity. Your mom got you going next door asking, can you borrow some slices of bread or some sugar? So you gotta go to the store and you putting hot dogs, bologna, and smashing the bread for you can eat. You and your sister can eat. That's the stuff I had to go through, man, before I started getting into the drug game. I had to survive for me and my sister. But at the end of the day, as I got older, I had to understand. I had to grasp on, this is your mom, this is your dad. This is who God told you to love and respect and cherish. And I cherish him and I love him to the fullest. Even though my mama was on dope, on drugs, her name is tatted on my back. I love that woman. She get on my nerves, but I love and respect that woman. You have to sit down and talk to your mom or your dad, whoever on drugs. And you have to really tell them how you feel. They're going to probably talk crazy, or they probably don't want to hear it, or it's that pride. Or sometimes it's that embarrassment because they know you right, but they don't want to hear the truth. But you have to put it in God's hand. And when you put it in God's hand, God gonna make a way for you and your parents. But you have to give them that respect. You cannot disrespect your mom and your dad, no way, no how. You can't do that. It's hard, but that's your mom. That's your pops. I know it's embarrassing when your mom come in, or your dad. I know that's embarrassing. I know it's embarrassing when people come up on you. Oh man, your mom just turned, or you hear people saying, oh, your mom just turned a trick. That's your mom. I didn't know that was your mom. I know that's embarrassing. I know it's embarrassing when people come up, oh shoot, bro, I just showed your daddy 3 for 50. I know that's embarrassing. I know it's embarrassing when somebody come, man, your pops just broke in my house, man, and stole this, or your pops did this, or your pops did that. I know it's embarrassing. But that's your mom. That's your pops. You have to love and cherish them no matter what. You have to protect them no matter what. Because that's who God told you to love. That's who God told you to respect. That's who God told you to cherish. That's who God told you to protect. It's a fight. It's a battle. But you cannot give up. You cannot turn your back on them. How would you feel if somebody turned your back at your lowest? How would you feel? When you crying out for help, but people don't see you crying out for help because your pride won't let them see, your pride won't let you see you crying. Your pride won't let them see you crying. But in the inside you crying because you crying for help. You have to see through that. They need y'all. They need your help. But remember, the pride will not let them bow down. So you have to help them. You have to fight for them, just like I did my mom and my pop. Y'all want to hear something so funny? It was funny, but it wasn't funny because my pop still died. My pops was on drugs for like over 30-some years. And this is what he said before he died. He said, son, laughing. He said, man, I've been doing drugs over 30 years. The day I want to clean up, I'm finna die. He said I should have stayed on drugs, man. And why he say that? It's because he been doing drugs for so long. His body was numb. So when he started to clean up and go to rehab, his body didn't know how to take that other stuff that they was putting into his body because his body didn't understand it. Because they were so used to being high, so used to being numb, so used to that toxic going into his body. But my daddy still had a sense of humor when he died. My dad did not take no pain medicine when his children came up there. He was like, I don't want no drugs. He endured that pain so he can talk to his children, because he said if he would have got on those drugs, he wouldn't have been aware. He would have been drugged up. So he wouldn't be able to talk to his children on his last days. That's why I call my daddy the ghetto Superman. Because he did that for his children. You know, my mom still have her problems. You know, but I deal with the woman because that's my mom and I love her. So what I'm telling y'all, man, if y'all got a mom or a pops out there on drugs, or even a loved one, auntie, a family member or somebody that's on drugs, don't turn y'all back on them. Find a way to help them. Find a way to get them help. Because it is a way, and that way is God. Talk to God, pray to God, and ask God, but you have to believe it in your heart. You have to believe it. And God gonna open that door. God gonna make that way to help that family member. But you have to believe it. You have to want it. I'm telling you. Our family need help because it's nothing like family. Do not turn your back on them. Do not give up on them. No matter how hard you want to try to give up on them, no matter how hard you want to let go, no matter how hard you want to turn your back, don't give up on them. Because again, you wouldn't want nobody to give up on you. How many people out there that was at their low and you begged for help? You was crying out for help, but didn't nobody hear you. And the people that did hear you ignored you. How did you feel? Did you like it? No. Because you really wanted help. You really was crying out. But people didn't hear you or they ignored you. And you didn't like it. How many people that was crying out for help but kept that pride on to where you thought you really wanted to help, but your pride wouldn't let you get the help because you still was sitting up like, oh. But deep down inside, you wanted that help. Some people not mind readers. They can't tell if you need help. Let that pride go. Ask for help. Cry out for help before it's too late. Help your mom, your pops, or a family member before it's too late. How many people out there regretting that they didn't help their family member and now their family member doing life, or their family member dead, or their family member in the hospital messed up? How many people wish they could turn back the hand of time to help that family member because you seen that they needed help, but your pride wouldn't let you help them? How many people out there that's going through that? Y'all know y'all going through that. And I'm telling you now, help them. Get off your butt. Let that pride go and help them. J. Michael out. God bless y'all. Hi, 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 hi.